Have you ever put on a super cute top, looked in the mirror and thought, yes, this is the one, only to take 5 steps and suddenly it is rolled up like a window blind? You pull it down, take a deep breath, and 2 steps later, it is right back up around your ribs. It is honestly so frustrating. You end up spending the entire day, or your whole night out, secretly tugging at your hemline, feeling completely self-conscious instead of enjoying yourself. If you are sitting there nodding your head right now, trust me, you are not alone. Welcome back to My Life, My Rules. I am so happy you are here today. We spend a lot of time on this channel talking about the basics, the right makeup, how to choose a wig, finding the right breast forms, or working on your voice and posture. All of those things are incredibly important, but today we are diving into something a little more advanced. Something that almost nobody talks about, but that can absolutely make or break how you feel in your clothes. We are talking about the geometry of the male torso, why women's clothes constantly fight against it, and exactly how to outsmart your own wardrobe. Listen, before we get into the fashion hacks, we have to talk about the physical reality of what is happening, because understanding the why is half the battle. When designers create women's clothing, they are usually drafting for an hourglass or a pear shape. They are literally cutting the fabric to expect a narrower waist that curves outward into flared, rounded hips. But a biologically male torso is built differently. It is usually more of a rectangle or an inverted triangle. You have broader shoulders, a wider rib cage, and your hips generally drop straight down without that outward curve. So, what happens when you put a women's top on that body? The top narrows at the waist, expecting to lock onto a wider hip bone below it to anchor the garment in place. But because your hips go straight down, there is no anchor. The fabric has nothing to hold on to. Combine that with the fact that your broader back and shoulders are subtly pulling the entire garment upward from the top, and suddenly the bottom of your shirt just gives up and slides right up to the narrowest point it can find, which is usually right at your natural waist or your lower ribs. It is not that you bought the wrong size, and it is definitely not that your body is wrong. It is just basic physics. The clothes were cut for a different architectural blueprint, and we just need to know how to work around it. The very first secret to stopping the roll-up is looking at your fabric choices. This is where so many of us go wrong when we first start building our wardrobes. We gravitate toward heavy stretch fabrics, things with a high percentage of spandex or elastane, because they hug the body and we want to show off a feminine silhouette. But here is the thing about tight, stretchy fabric. It acts exactly like a rubber band. When you stretch a rubber band over a straight cylinder, what does it do? It rolls up. If a stretchy top is gripping your stomach and hips tightly, the natural tension of the elastane is going to make it shrink back to its smallest state. As soon as you walk, bend, or even breathe heavily, that fabric is creeping up. To fix this, you need to start shopping for fabrics that rely on drape instead of stretch. I am talking about materials like chiffon, georgette, silk blends, viscose, and lightweight rayons. You want materials where gravity does the work, pulling the fabric beautifully downward, skimming over your curves rather than clinging to them for dear life. If you really love knits and t-shirts, look for relaxed fits or modal blends that have a fluid, soft drape rather than that snappy, tight, athletic wear kind of stretch. Now, let us talk about hemlines, because the shape of the bottom of your shirt is actually your biggest weapon against the dreaded roll-up. You want to completely avoid tops that have a straight, banded hem right at the bottom. Think of those sweaters or t-shirts that have a thick, ribbed band at the waist. On a male torso, a banded hem is just a one-way ticket to Bunch City. Instead, you want to look for a curved hem, sometimes called a shirt tail hem. This is where the shirt is longer in the front and the back, but curves upward at the side seams. This shape is absolute magic for us. The curved sides give your hips and waist room to breathe and move without pulling the rest of the shirt up, while the longer front and back panels provide that lovely coverage that visually elongates the body. High-low hemlines do this beautifully as well. By breaking up that solid horizontal line around your hips, the shirt can actually relax and lay flat. Another massive game changer that people rarely mention is torso length. In general, male bodies have longer torsos than female bodies of the exact same height. So, a women's top is often naturally sitting an inch or two higher on your body than it would on a cisgender woman. When a shirt is already sitting right at the danger zone near your belt line, even reaching up for a glass of water is going to expose your stomach. The easiest fix for this? Start shopping in the tall section online. Brands like ASOS, Old Navy, Gap, and so many others have dedicated tall sections. You do not need to be 6'5" to shop there. Buying a top in a tall size just means the brand has added extra length to the torso and the arms. Those extra 2 inches of fabric at the bottom might be exactly what you need to give the shirt enough weight and length to stay down where it belongs. But what if you love the tucked-in look? We all know that a nicely tucked shirt creates a beautiful waistline, but keeping a shirt tucked in on a straight torso is a nightmare. This brings me to bodysuits. Bodysuits are a staple in the trans and cross-dressing community for a reason. They literally cannot roll up. They give you a seamless, perfectly tucked look all day long. But, and this is a huge but, because of that longer male torso we just talked about, standard bodysuits can be incredibly uncomfortable. You try to snap them at the bottom and suddenly you are giving yourself the worst wedgie of your entire life, and the neckline is being pulled down to your navel. It is miserable. So here is an industry secret just for you. Go online and search for baby onesie extenders. Yes, you heard me right, literally the little fabric extenders meant for babies. A lot of them have the exact same snap sizes as adult bodysuits. Snapping one of these extenders into the crotch of your bodysuit adds 3 or 4 inches of pure, comfortable length. It completely relieves the tension, saves your shoulders from being pulled down, and gives you that flawless, tucked-in look without the physical torture. It is one of those simple hacks that will change your life once you try it. We also have to think about how the top of your shirt affects the bottom of your shirt. Sounds crazy, but it is true. Because male shoulders are typically broader, they take up more fabric. If you wear a top with a high, tight neckline, like a crew neck or a turtleneck, the fabric is being stretched tightly across your broad shoulders and chest. That horizontal tension at the top actually pulls the side seams of the shirt upward, which lifts the hemline right off your hips. To counter this, you need to release the tension at the neckline. Deep V-necks, scoop necks, and wrap tops are your absolute best friends. They open up the chest, drawing the eye vertically inward and downward, which is incredibly flattering and feminizing. But more importantly, taking away that fabric across the collarbone stops the shirt from stretching out over your shoulders, which allows the side seams to drop and the hemline to rest lower and more securely on your hips. Finally, let us talk about peplum tops. Peplums are often recommended to trans women because they flare out at the waist and artificially create the illusion of hips. And while they are great, there is a catch. If you have a longer torso, the waist seam of a standard peplum top is going to hit you too high, usually right on your lower ribcage. Instead of giving you hips, it makes your chest look boxy and actually highlights the lack of curves below it. If you want to use the peplum trick, you have to look for drop waist tops or elongated peplums, where the seam hits lower down, closer to your actual hip bone. When you get the proportion right, a peplum is a fantastic way to hide any rolling or bunching, because the fabric is purposefully designed to flare out anyway. Dealing with clothes that refuse to cooperate can trigger a lot of dysphoria, and it is so easy to look in the mirror and blame your body. But please hear me when I say this. Your body is not the problem. Your body is beautiful, it is valid, and it is worthy of feeling comfortable and gorgeous. Clothing is just fabric and thread. It is a tool. And once you learn how that tool works, you stop trying to force your body to fit the clothes, and you start making the clothes work for your body. The next time you go shopping, keep these little architectural secrets in mind. Look for draped fabrics instead of heavy stretch. Seek out curved hemlines, try the tall section for extra torso length, open up those necklines, and seriously, go buy a bodysuit with an extender. It will change everything. I would absolutely love to hear from you down in the comments. Have you struggled with tops rolling up? Do you have any secret clothing hacks that you swear by for getting the right fit? Share your experiences, because this community grows stronger when we learn from each other. If you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button and join the My Life, My Rules family. We have so much more to talk about, and I want you to be a part of it. Check out the video on the screen right now for more advanced styling tips, and until next time, keep holding your head high, keep loving yourself, and keep living your truth. Have a beautiful day.